Alright, y'all, we are back. I wanted to show everybody this because I learned something that will help those of you who have a big man with a 73 ball. Alright, if you like me, you created a stretch that can't actually stretch the floor for some reason you can't shoot. I'm gonna show you. I'm greening now, y'all. I'm greening. Alright, so let me show you. You see, I got a few more hot zones to work on, but honestly, this is the only one I think I'm gonna actually try to hit, and I'm gonna work on it in my career. And if y'all want me to really explain how I'm getting open in my career, I'll do a video on that. But essentially, I went to my career. Let me back out of this. I went to my career. Let's go to, and if you're trying to figure out, you go to player stats, you hit X, and then you hit R3 on your character, and you go, you keep hitting R2 until you see this chart right here. Okay, how to create hot zones. All right, this is how I actually created hot zones. I could not get open in my career, but I finally figured out how to set a screen and run backwards and shoot an open shot. And I needed set shot 25. That's why I made all those set shot and hot zone therapy videos. So if y'all want to see me doing it live, which I'm sure 100% of people don't want to, that's how I did it. But anyway, I always hit square and I look at the NBA total. I think your zone turns hot. If it's a 3 ball, if you get it over 40%, it turns hot. Now the mid-range works a little different. I think it's somewhere closer to 45% or something like that where it gets hot. And you see where I'm 11 for 21 by the goal. You see that's not even a hot zone yet. So it's kind of weird on the inside of the paint. But anyway, how I created hot zones. Once I got the whole floor hot in the NBA, working at it day to day, because you can see this is your last 50 games. You see it at the top. I'm hitting square so you know it shows up, but it's your last 50 games. Okay, once I got a hot zone in the NBA, I still didn't have a hot zone over here on, when you hit R2 one more time, I still didn't have hot zones. What I had to do was, coming back to this, get a hot zone in 2 different spots, the NBA and in either the park or either in the rec. And what it is like, if I had a cold zone, then in the I needed it to at least be neutral. Alright, so you can have a hot zone in the NBA, but if you have a cold zone somewhere else, it typically won't get hot. You have to get an even higher percentage in the NBA. So I don't know if I'm making sense, but basically what I'm trying to say is, if you have a hot zone in the NBA, it needs to be like a high percent, like 45% shooting or something. And then on the park, it has to be, you know, either neutral or another hot zone. And then basically what it seemed like is, if I got 2 hot zones, one in the park, one in the NBA, or one in the NBA and one in the rec, it turned it hot. It turned it hot over here on my true hot zones. Alright, that's just what I think I figured out. Now, some of the spots on my floor were just cold. Like, I mean, I can show you, like, here in the park. But they're cold, but I don't really have any shots there. You see, it gave me a cold zone, but I only shot 6 shots. So I don't know what that's all about, but, you know, and it gave me a cold zone in that corner, in that bottom left corner, but I only have 11 shots there. So maybe that's why it let me get a hot zone, because I really, look, if you look at my NBA, I'm 28 for 63. So I have a lot more shots there. So maybe that's why it gave me a hot zone. But essentially, when I was trying to create this right here, my true hot zones, which the badge works on, until I got a hot zone in 2 spots, it was cold. I mean, not cold, it was neutral. Alright, and then when I get a hot zone in 2 spots, then it turned hot. Now, this is not reflecting it right now, and I think why it's not reflecting it is because it's the last 50 games. So this is not exactly what I was looking at when I was creating these hot zones. But essentially, that's how I watched it switch. I keep switching characters. I'm trying to switch back to mine. But That's how I changed it, because y'all know this whole thing was cold. My whole floor was blue. Alright, so maybe that'll help you if you're trying to get your floor from ice cold back to hot zones, or to hot zones for the very first time. Try jump shot. Well, really can't recommend jump shot 20 set shot 25, because it might not work for you, but with set shot 25, it has a quick release. So that's how I was getting open in the NBA. It was quick enough for me to set a screen and run behind the screen and shoot it. Alright, so hopefully that helps. If I'm not making sense, I can probably help you in the comment section, but that's how I created my hot zones. Just trying to get a hot zone in the same spot. I worked on each spot, y'all. Like, I didn't just go in there shooting just wild shots. I was actually shooting at each spot every game, trying to get a hot zone at each spot. So like, I started with these corners over here. I started with that corner, and then I did this corner. Alright, so every game, all my shots will be in this corner. Then I started working on these inside shots. So, you know, this side right here, this side, and of course this side. And that was all my shots in the NBA. And then when I would play in the rec, I just wouldn't even shoot. I would not shoot unless I was wide open with a little takeover built. And that's because I knew if I missed, I was going to turn my hot zone back into a cold zone. So hopefully that helps. You know, you just got to really actively try to turn your spots back into neutral zones. And you can create hot zones in the NBA. It took me forever. I think I had to play like 30 NBA games, y'all. I'm not joking. Probably even more than that. I was playing every day. So it is a grind, but it's worth it. Now when I'm open in the rec center, I'm green. Alright, they're going down. Alright, unless I mistime it, which it still happens. But you know, I actually pick up the ball and see if I can get y'all a shot. It's green. Alright, I actually know my timing now. Except this shot right here. This shot is super hard, but you know, it's just because you're behind the camera, so I really can't like really tell what's going on. But man, hopefully it helps. I know I'm rambling at this point, but I'm trying to show y'all. You know, I missed that one, but you know, take shots in my court, get your practice up, get your green timing down, and then take it to the NBA.